Hey, hello, hello. How are you guys? Hello, Diane. How are you? Hello, Mr. Hans. How you doing today? Hey, Tocayo. Thank you very much. We are super excited. We are. I will be there right at the end of the trade review today. So yeah, we are really excited. I actually like it a lot. I actually like it a lot. Uh, It's it's way different than in Texas, as you can imagine, right? However, this is really nice. This is really nice. We will have uh, a few more spaces than expected because in Spain or basically in Europe, when you live in downtown in the major cities, well, everything has been around for a few thousand years, right? Or at least a few centuries. So especially Valencia has been a city from I don't know. I think it has more than 2,000 years. So this is a really old city, and downtown it's all about these buildings with flats, right? It's not like in Texas where you have plenty of land, a big house, huge backyard. Many times you have like three parking garages. No, not here, not here. So it's gonna be very different. This is my very first time ever living in a flat or an apartment. So yeah, it's a whole experience. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna share some pictures soon. You will see. You will see. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Declan. Hello, Lilia. All right, guys. So, well, let's take a look to what we have today, right? It was a good day. It was not the best day financially, but it was a good day, execution wise, right? So, welcome back to today's execution lesson. Just as I mentioned, one trade today. I took SPY. Let me show you here. SPY 768 put. As always, same day expiration, one strike out of the money. The trade initially worked. I trim right here. I trim 1/4 of the position at approximately plus 26%. Uh, and price reverse, right? And the complete trade finished at, I don't know, like some close to -5%. Some people ask me, Neto, why you didn't take more portion of your trade here? Especially when we have taken a few losses on the week and we have taken many no trade days this month. Why you didn't change your strategy? And I think you know the answer, right? Because that's the strategy, right? My playbook, my standards remain the same, and every new opportunity has nothing to do with the previous one or the next one. So that's why. I mean, my playbook says 1/4 my position on the first significant key level, like it was this one here. So I didn't have any reason to change something significantly, especially how I scale out on my trades, right? So today, one small control loss, good trade, and that's what I want to talk about today, because those two statements can absolutely exist together. I lost money on the trade and it was a good trade. So very different things, but they can survive at the same time. They can be They can be absolutely at the same time. So let's go back to what I knew when I actually had to make the decision. All right. I had my setup. I was inside my trading window. I had the location I wanted and the conditions were present, right? So setup, time, location, conditions. And that's my framework, right? Price gave me the structure I needed, so I took the trade. And initially, it started working. I got the downside movement I was looking for and trimmed 1/4 of my position. And from there, however, sellers couldn't continue, right? Price recovered, my remaining position was stopped, and the entire trade finished around -5%. That's it. That's trading. Because once you know how the trade ended, you have information that the trader making the original decision did not have. And suddenly the chart looks different, right? You can go back and say, maybe I should have noticed this. Maybe this wasn't strong enough. Maybe I should have waited for that. And maybe that's what review is for, right? But we have to be very careful not to confuse reviewing a decision with rewriting history. The question is not, knowing that this trade lost, can I find a reason why I shouldn't have taken it? Of course I can, right? Give me enough time and I can probably find 10, right? But the better question is, based on the information available, when I had to make the decision, did this trade meet my predefined criteria? And today the answer was yes, right? This distinction is incredibly important in trading. A losing outcome does not automatically mean the decision was wrong. And a winning outcome does not automatically mean the decision was right. You can break every rule you have, take a terrible trade, and make money. And that doesn't make it good execution, right? And you can wait patiently, get your location, get your setup, manage your risk correctly, and lose. That doesn't make it a bad execution. We cannot allow the outcome to become the definition of the quality of the decision. Otherwise, we are training ourselves to chase results instead of improving execution. And there's another part of today's trade that matters, right? Once the trade failed, look at this. I didn't need to do anything about it. I didn't revenge trade. I didn't increase risk. I didn't immediately start searching the chart for another opportunity. And eventually, price moved well away from the areas where I was interested in doing business. So I wrap up the session. No ego, no forcing, no hoping price comes back. My system gave me an opportunity. I executed. The market didn't give me the follow through, and my responsibility ended there. This is where the execution operating system becomes particularly important. The loss doesn't disappear, right? But it changes jobs. During this session, it was a trade. But after this session, it's data, right? Now I can review it. If I begin seeing the same thing repeatedly across multiple trades, maybe I have a pattern. And if the evidence eventually tells me something in my execution should change, then I can adapt. But notice the sequence. Data first, pattern second, adaptation after evidence, and not taking a loss first, emotion second, new rule third. That's how traders end up constantly changing systems that never had enough time to teach them anything. And this is one of the ideas behind the EOS workshop on September the 12th and the 13th. We are not building a system designed to make every trade work, right? That system doesn't exist. That system doesn't exist. But we are building the infrastructure around your own trading that allows you to define how you recognize opportunities, how you execute them, and then how the evidence from that execution fits back into the system. Build it, operate it, improve it. Because the objective is not simply to repeat your process every time. It's to create a process capable of learning. All right? So today's lesson is a losing trade doesn't mean it was a bad trade. Right? Today, the setup was valid, the execution was controlled, the outcome was a loss. Those three things can exist at exactly the same time. Now I take the data, review it, and tomorrow I come back with my standards intact. Don't judge the quality of your decision using information you only received after you made it. Judge the decision by the process that produced it, right? So now let me go to the chat because I see a few questions here. Hello, Alex. Sina. Hi, Neto. Why don't you add QQQ to the basket as well? That way you will have more trading opportunities. Well, because I don't need more trading opportunities. SPY actually offers very often great trading opportunities. So a day with a no trade or a day with a loss doesn't change how I see the market, right? I actually like to focus on one ticker because now you can actually give me a test of the relevant key levels or the relevant numbers on SPY, and I know them all from memory because my execution and my focus has been so aligned to SPY that now I understand SPY, how it moves, how it reacts to different economic events, how they react to FOMC. Actually, now I kind of understand how SPY reacts to different seasons, right? So I know August has a very low volume, and it doesn't mean it has less opportunities, but it usually means that it doesn't run the way it does, for example, in October, right? Or March, right? March is also a good month. So, but being this focus on one instrument makes me know it as the back of my hand, right? So that's why I don't want, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I chart QQQ every day. Let me show you. This is my chart on QQQ. As you can see, I have relevant key levels on all of them, and I have the daily chart, and I mean, I do have everything on QQQ. It's just I don't trade it because I prefer to focus on SPY. Declan, did you wait for the candle to close at your stop loss? Yeah, I mean, once it reclaimed the previous day high with a lot of strength, the answer is no. I didn't wait for the candle to close here. I closed it somewhere between the previous day high and my stop loss. Yes, that's the actual answer. Because it bounced really hard from here, right? It bounced really hard from here, so it reclaimed the previous week low, then it reclaimed the previous day high, and I say, well, I already took some profits here. I prefer to close my trade now, and if it comes back to my desired area, I can always take a second trade, right? So with this strength on this recover or reclaim the previous day high, I close somewhere in between. I didn't wait for the candle to close. Now, Declan, Neto, were you also expecting a lower low near 768? I actually was waiting for price to revisit 767.80. Yeah, usually, actually, I'm glad you asked. But usually, when I set my short position tool, I usually pull this the green portion to where I wanted to follow the price, right? I mean that's kind of my original target. Neto, are your workshops included in the Discord membership? No, it's a different instrument, Mr. Hans. It's a different environment. However, the workshop has implementation time inside the Discord community. So it's not only the workshop, you will also have an implementation time inside the community with all these traders that they are very focused on performance and improving execution. So everything you learn on the workshop, you will have the implementation time inside the community. So it's the other way around. Hello, Telis. Caught the first dip down. This one here. Yeah, you know what? A lot of people was telling me, Neto, why you didn't like this rejection or this fail to hold this 770 key level. And the reason is because we were inside of the gap, right? We were inside of the gap. So I wanted to be actually out of the gap because there's always this chance, right? There's always this opportunity of price reclaiming the edge of the gap and closing the gap, just as we had right now, right? I mean, for a few cents, right? This is 772.47 and the gap is 251. I mean, we miss it for 4 cents. So that's why I was waiting to be out of the gap. All right, that's part of my analysis this morning. Hello, Eileen. Today was hard, but I'm here for it. Thank you for going the extra mile and joining this daily exercise. All right, guys. So if you don't have any more questions, let me go receive the keys for the new flat. I'm really excited. My family is waiting for me. Neto, were you aiming for 768 because we were getting lower highs, therefore we're expecting a lower low? Yeah, I mean that was kind of my next sequence, right? This was a bigger sequence, Ticlan. I usually wait for sequences about $1.50, but this 770 to this 760, 780 was a $2 and some coins of a sequence, but that was the sequence I was looking for, right? Sina, I took a short at 11.27. Well, that's way out of my trading time. Why here? Well, maybe if you have something like this. That was a nice trade. And look at this. It was this is the one thing that I don't like, right? Right now, the key levels, or after in the afternoon or later than our trading window, the sequences become shorter, and that's something that I don't like. That's why that's another reason I don't like to trade on lunchtime or around noon. My reason was because we still hadn't invalidated the bearish structure. Yes, that's true. And targeting the same as you. Yeah, no, brother. I mean, I like it. I really like it. It's just I just was waiting for being out of the gap. That's kind of a personal preference, right? And look at this. This is one of the reasons every trader has their own playbook. Right here, Celis has the same market structure, the same setup, the same everything. It's just for him, market structure and this the bearish structure from the pre-market was more important, or maybe it was everything, and being inside a gap doesn't mean anything for him. So it's not better or worse. It's just a different playbook, right? And but that's great. I mean, this is a great comparison between kind of the same setup, just with different conditions to take an entry, right? So no, congratulations on this trade, brother. I can see what you are saying. Actually, this line was something like this. Yeah, so if you took these rejections of this trend line, brother, no, you had it right. It was a great trade. It was a great trade. And if you did something like this, the fail of 770, look at this. It was way more than, even if you took it like this on the break of the 5-minute opening range. Look at this. It was a 1 to 3 risk reward rated trade. That was amazing. That was a good trade. All right. So guys, now I have to leave. Thank you very much for joining. If you want to take a look to what the workshop is about, if you want to know if you are ready for this workshop or you are still on a different stage, all the information is on the landing page. You can take a look in the pinned comment on the chat. So if you have any questions about it, just let me know here on the YouTube comments. Shoot me a message on Discord, inside the performance community, my email. I mean, guys, you have several ways to reach. So I will see you soon. Okay, bye bye.